Good morning, student. We will continue our chapter, The Necklace. Vanity is undoubtedly an evil. Matilda was extremely vain of her beauty. She wanted to be loved and appreciated for her beauty, but she was married to a poor clerk. The invitation was the beginning of this evil of vanity. She bought a costly dress to wear at the party. Then she borrowed a diamond necklace. The success at the party brought her momentary joy, but she had to pay for it heavily. She lost the necklace. So Loisel, already half undressed, asked, "What is the matter?" She turned towards him excitedly. I no longer have Ma'am Forestier's necklace. Loisel, Mr. Loisel, he was already changing his dress, and when she cried, he was disturbed. He asked, "What is the matter?" She turned towards him and she said, I no longer have Ma'am Forestier's necklace. He arose in dismay. "What? How is that? It is not possible." And they looked in the folds of the dress, in the folds of the cloak, in the pockets, everywhere. They could not find it. When Matilda returned from the ball, she discovered that the necklace was missing. She and her husband looked in the folds of dress, in the folds of the cloak, and in the pockets, but the necklace was nowhere to be found. He asked, "You are sure you still had it when we left the minister's house?" He asked, "Are you sure you still had it when we left the minister's house, when we came back?" "Yes, I felt it as we came out." She replied, "Yes, but if you had lost it in the street, we should have heard it fall. It must be in the cab." He said, "If you had lost it in the street, we should have heard it fall. It must be in the cab." "Yes, it is possible. Did you take the number?" "No." "And you? Did you notice what it was?" "No." They looked at each other, utterly cast down. Finally, Loisel dressed himself again. Now, they have not noticed the number of the cab. Now, again, Mr. Loisel, he said, "I am going over the track where we went on foot to see if I can find it." And he went. She remained in her evening gown, not having the force to go to bed. Towards 7 o'clock, her husband returned. He had found nothing. Now, Loisel thought the necklace could have fallen in the carriage which they had engaged to return home. Mr. Loisel made inquiries. He went to the police and to the cab offices and put an advertisement in the newspapers offering a reward. Mr. Loisel made inquiries from the police and the cab offices. He also put an advertisement in the newspapers offering a reward. She waited all day in a state of bewilderment before this frightful disaster. Loisel returned in the evening, his face pale. He had discovered nothing. But all these efforts proved fruitless. He said, "Write to your friend that you have broken the clasp of the necklace and that you will have it repaired. That will give us time." Now the lost necklace could not be found. He said, you should write to your friend that you have broken the clasp of the necklace, and so you will have it repaired and you will give, and so that will give us time. We need time. She wrote as he dictated, and she wrote as her husband said. At the end of a week, they had lost all hope. They waited for a week, but they had lost all hope as no result was there. And Loisel, older by 5 years, declared, we must replace this jewel. Now they decided to replace the jewel. In a shop of the Palace Royal, they found a chaplet of diamonds, which seemed to them exactly like the one they had lost. And in a shop of the Palace Royal, they found the same necklace. It was valued at 40,000 francs. They could get it for 36,000, and the cost of the necklace was 40,000 francs, and they could get it for 36,000. Loisel possessed 18,000 francs, which his father had left for him. He borrowed the rest. He made ruinous promises, took money from others and the whole race of lenders. Then he went to get the new necklace, depositing on the merchant's counter 36,000 francs. Now the husband, he possessed 18,000 francs, and these 18,000 francs his father had left for him. He borrowed the rest of the money he borrowed. Now he made promises, he took money from money lenders, and then he went to get the new necklace, and he deposited the money on the merchant's counter. And what was the amount? The amount was 36,000 francs.